Good evening. I will be teaching you how to use the Volunteer Management Information System. So this system is used to keep track of all your volunteer hours so that whenever your commander decides to recommend you for a award or your supervisor, you can show them your logged events and your hours. So that would help the process of you getting your recommendation for your award, for the volunteer award. The volunteer award is worth promotion points as well. So, that being said, you're gonna need to search up Volunteer Management Information System or VMIS Army. You're gonna click this link. Right. If you don't have an account, right, click register. So you're gonna need your information. This is my old information. Do not worry about that. But we'll start right here. Do my military email, or you can use a civilian email. It does not matter as long as you have an email you can access. And then a password. I'm going to choose a different password. I'm going to have to think of something. All right, awesome. All right, and then you have to confirm the password again. Click register. All right, so now that you have registered, right, you're going to have to verify your account, your email. Now that you receive your email, you open it up. All right, you will copy this token like so, and you'll go to this link. All right, so you're gonna put in your email, that token, and you successfully verified your email. Now you're gonna need to log in. Click log in. You don't have to use a cat card. It's gonna redirect you to log in. Log in. Now you're gonna be moving on to the filling out the information for your profile. So I'm gonna put my name. Last name, date of birth, military community. You're gonna select the following units, and it's going to be Fort Johnson, which is formerly known as Fort Polk. Select the branch, Army, component. Pretty sure most of us are active, right? And then you're gonna click service member, right? There's also options where family members could be put in there as well, retirees, EOD, civilian contractor, etc. Most of this pertains to active duty. So select your rank and click save. Your profile is updated, right? So after you save your profile, right, go up to the top left corner, three little lines. Click that. Click Volunteer Management Information System. Log back in again. So once you've logged in, you'll get to this page right here. This is my actual account, so it's gonna look different. But over here, you're gonna have your notifications for your hourly months. So middle of the month, they'll message you, hey, reminder, submit your hours so they get certified, right? And also give you an update when your hours have been certified, right? And I'll go over that in a second. So to apply, you're gonna need to go to opportunities. The only way to make sure that your hours get certified, you need to apply for a job. So you're gonna go to opportunities. You need to search up boss, right? There's different positions: company rep, battalion rep, volunteer, brigade, etc. Right? So we're gonna choose boss volunteer. Right? You'll have all this information, post a date, boss, ongoing position, assisting with activities such as Humane Society or helping self events, stuff like that would count for community service hours. Right? And you'll click apply. Once you apply for that job, whoever is the supervisor is going to accept your application. In this case, it will be Kevin West, who is our president. Once your application has been accepted, all right, then you're going to start logging in hours, right? So right here, we're going to go to the first thing, which is service log, right? So right here is going to have a whole calendar, right? It's going to tell you how many hours you have certified, how many hours you submitted. So, for example, I just submitted one today. All right, submit one. All right, you're going to put in the hours, the minutes, all right, and then the duties that you did. So, for example, mine, I helped us out with the tiki pool party. These include transporting party items, food and drinks, also grabbing additional items from the store, setting up tables, party items, preparing and handing out food, keeping track of sign-in sheet. Something like that will suffice uh, for your log. And then you also can add in pictures of you doing whatever that you did for that event. If you don't have them, that's also fine. They will be accepted as well. Um, Once you do that, you'll click submit, and then you'll wait for your hour to be certified. All right. Here's one previously of what I did on Tuesday. So again, I had the hours, submit a note, help me run the mock board, give soldiers opportunity to see how the mock boards ran, give tips and advice to soldiers, had 7 soldiers that came to the mock board. That would suffice. I didn't have any pictures of it, but yet someone knew I was there, certified my hours. Right, so certified hours will have a check mark. Uncertified will have a blue uh, circle. All right. Now you can't submit hours ahead of time, so this is closed. I can't click anything. It won't open up anything for me to submit any hours. But for today, since today, I could submit stuff if I did something that was volunteering for the boss. Now, if we go to June, right? I can't click on previous days to submit login hours. So, right, if you don't submit your hours at the end of the month, the next month passes, you can't go back to the previous month and submit your hours. It's just gonna look blank. Like this, you won't be able to submit anything. Make sure you submit your hours on time before the end of the month. Applications. This just shows the position titles that you've held in the past. So mine was battalion boss rep. Submitted it back in October 2022. It'll just state the information for my job position, and then records. So records, right? This is going to show any awards that you've gotten through here from VMIS. You don't have to worry about that. Trainings, don't have to worry about that. Orientations, background checks, the don't have to worry about that. And documents, you don't have to worry about that. You can add some stuff, like you can add the awards that you've received for volunteering. I do have one from my brigade that I could add on here, um, and get it certified. But I actually will show you that because I do need to submit one. I do need to submit one. So I got an award I have to um, submit. So award was the Patriot Spirit Award. I received this on the 13th of July. Description, let's see, 310 render. All right, and then you can also add in pictures. All right, so once you have created your award detail, you'll save, and it'll be certified by your supervisor. The last thing I'm going to go over is your service history. So your service history, all right, is going to show you again your hours, all right. Well, most importantly, it's going to show on two DA forms. So the first one, I'm going to generate. You can download this, and you can print it out. And this will go into your packet for your volunteer service award recommendation. Well, if you look right here, all right, it's going to show your time record. So it's going to show every single hour that you've logged in each month and then whatever day for the year. So you'll have one for 2022 if you did stuff for 2022, 2023, so on and so forth. All right. This will automatically be updated when you log and your hours get certified. Once you're ready for your recommendation for your award, you print it out, you add this to your packet for your volunteer service award recommendation. And then the other DA form is this one right here. Again, same thing, you can download it. All right, so this will be volunteer service record. So this will have your name, your address, right? Some of the stuff you will have to fill in by pen. Some of the stuff you will have to go back into your profile and update, or into your records and update as well and get it certified. But back to this, right? You'll have your name, your phone numbers. You probably must put in manually, and then your address, and your sponsor name is going to be either your supervisor, right, or just you yourself, right? And it's going to have your work experience. This could be updated in your profile, which we'll go back to in a second, and your volunteer uh, work experience. That could also be updated as well in your profile. Your special interests and hobbies, that's also in your profile. The baton, the position, All right, so this will be updated through when you do applications. Each time you submit a new application for a job, you get hired, it'll populate right here. So I only submitted for one, so battalion boss rep, and then it will just say start date, end date, right? And then your awards, which I showed you earlier, will also populate through here, right? And then your training will also be populated through here. That could be updated through records, right? And then again, at the bottom, we'll have your year and how many hours you did for that year. Um, so these two documents will be in your volunteer service uh, packet for your recommendation. Um, moving on to the awards. So we are now going to look at the regulation. All right, so this is part of this. I clipped it out of the regulation, but you see it's obviously from the Army regulation. So, all right, the important thing that I want to point out too, so approval authority of the award will be the commanders serving the rank of lieutenant colonel, which is officer grade 5 or above, which is your battalion commanders. So they can do this. All right. Um, before recommendation is forwarded to the awarded approval authority, the recommender must certify that the service member meets eligibility criteria for the award. So all this stuff up here, right, is requirements, right? So make sure when you send up the recommendation that you meet these requirements, right? Notice in here as well, there is no hours requirement for this, right? So the processing, the recommendation must be submitted through military official channels using memorandum formats, right? Memorandum format. So go right back up here, right? This is the memorandum format that you can get from that regulation or through the link in the description, right? And your supervisor is going to write this out. So description of the volunteer service, you're gonna do all this, right? First and last name, all this other stuff, right? Supervisor, right? And the commander's name. Obviously, it's going to be put your company commander's name, all right? And then you'll leave most of this blank except you'll put your commander's name here as well. So this memorandum format will be used as well for this for your award. So this memorandum, this document, and this document will be enough for you to get your volunteer service award if you meet the requirements that was posted in the regulation. All right, so if you need to update your profile, I mentioned earlier in the video, go back to main page, right? Your dashboard, top right, click your name, click view profile, all right, and then scroll down and update your information. I'm not E4 anymore, so I will click E5. Need to update that as well. I'm no longer none of these. Service member, right? Phone number stays the same. This primary phone, sort of work experience, same military. Also, I did construction before I joined, so I'll add that in there. I'll just say parties in general. So I did parties. Also, interest in skills. Most skills, I'll just put combat, engineer. All right, and then save. Now, when you do this, right, you're gonna go back to your records, or not your records, your service history, right? And when you download this form again, right, it's gonna have the updated information. So right here, I added work experience. There's construction. There's now parties. I'll put special interest, combat engineer. So these will populate once you update your profile, right? For the awards and the type of position, that's all dependent on when you get accepted to that position for a new position, or your supervisor accepts your awards or trainings that you input into the system. If you have any more questions about the VMIS system, ask your boss reps, ask in the group chat, ask the boss council, the president.